Morning. Good morning, Blaha. Epic Pikachu, Moody. Flying. Popcast overlay on the IPL channel. Where have you been? It's been a bit. I think this is the 7th or 6th episode on IPL. Lunch break. This isn't lunch break. It's 3 o'clock. But Popgun, I live on the West Coast. Come on. Ain't nobody live out there. Plain shot, I don't want to hear it. That thing needs to get buffed. Hello, instant noodles. Please, just call me Popgun. Mr. Popgun is my dad. Maybe. Schrodinger's bald head? It's not Saturday? It's not. Is there some sort of implication that today is Saturday? Just Flynn? That's flying. The N, you have a capital N in your name, which signifies this is the next word in the process. Otherwise, why would you have a capital letter in the middle of a word? That makes no sense. First time seeing one of these, keep missing them because of college exams. Well, you could always catch the VODs later. You don't have to be here live. Nothing really magical happens if you're live. I usually just make fun of you and call you an idiot. Which if you are skipping, keep missing because of college exams. How many times are you having exams? You live on the West Coast, Privet. Hello, Xeon 3000. XX Eon 3000. Hi, Popgun, wonderful Popgun. What are you brown nosing for? What do you want? You want a better seed? I can get you a better seed. I have to remember pre-show's today and not tomorrow. That is correct. The pre-show used to be on Saturdays until we went all corporate and realized we could make money off of it if we did it on Fridays. Popgun? I don't know. I haven't asked. I'll see what he likes. It's just a fancy inn. It's supposed to look cool. Okay, well, fine. Now that you told me it's supposed to be cool, now I understand that it is cool. I didn't take that approach beforehand. But now that I know, I can be like, oh, that's cool. When you reach your mid-30s, you have to be told what is cool and what isn't, because the concept of these things kind of goes out the window. Big IPL only focused on the money. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You don't want a better seed? What seed do you have right now? ish. Okay, so I'll talk about this a little bit later. No offense, Krill Streak, but you guys should not be 1 seed below 3-time alpha bracket team Inkbound. That makes no sense. Inkbound made top 4 a couple of months ago. They are now just directly above, just 1 spot above Krill Streak. Yeah, I don't think I really trust these. I don't really trust these auto suits. That, or maybe Krill Streak has just been is just being slept on. I think it's more likely Inkbound is being slept on. Now, Krill Streak above Gooby Fortnite. I'll take that. I like those odds. I think if I put money on Krill Streak, I think they cover in that matchup. Tiny Tidings at 48. Tiny Tidings. The only team in November to go 6-0 in the group stage is number 48 currently. And this is, yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. Oh boy. The 6th seed with a pickup. Now, okay, so exam week, you guys got a strong team though. I think you might, I don't know if you're like the 6th best team that everyone signed up, but exam week definitely, I verified you guys last night. You guys look pretty good. You got a pretty solid team there. So that makes sense. Like, there's nobody in the top. I don't think I've looked at serves up yet. Gistra might be a little bit too high. Yeah, the top 10 isn't that suspicious. My theory that Distortion's at number 1 is because they just won LSL, which is also won Sindao.Inc. So that would be my logic with why they're the number 1 seed, but... And that's the same exact roster they had, too. We're doing some learning together. Shellfire's 84? No, they're not. Are they really? There's only 92 teams I'm looking at. They're not number 84. Unless they're playing as like a pickup. And plus the 84 team only has 3 players right now. Like seed 82 on down, I don't think are completed rosters yet. Yeah, they all got either 1 or 3 or 2 players. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. Background music, Slashman. The hardest Mega Man boss to fight, Buster only. Slashman, Quickman. I think those are the top 2. Hardest to fight with Buster only. Mega Man rankings. Well, I've never played 8 through 11. Or no, I've never played 9 through 11. I played 8. It's pretty garbo. I'm just looking through. Just now looking through the auto seeds and just like, obviously we haven't been looking at it like the actual number with any kind of significance. It's just funny looking at it right now. Inkception deserves a little bit more love than 53. Honor Bound at 35. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Popcast. Whenever you're listening to this, whether it be live or VOD, Twitch or YouTube, while you are busy trying to memorize the alphabet, ooh-wooing at the Game Award Show reveal, whatever it is, I still don't even know what the reveal was, renaming your team. My whole roster but me got banned because your whole roster but you got banned from Low Ink. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this. Unless I don't. Before we get into things, the obvious big news topic of the week is Kyo releasing a statement basically saying that he's intending to play in the Nintendo tournament with a few members of Jackpot. Later rescinded those intentions, citing Dude's response to Kyo's statement as a key factor, and I guess they had some sort of like side conversation about things. So as of now, the members of Jackpot are not going to be playing in that Overlord tournament. I don't have anything to add to that. I wanted to at least acknowledge it. I think in instances like this, it's better to listen and try to understand people's point of views to see what everybody thinks about the situation, rather than just be another voice throwing your thoughts out into the Twitterverse. I will say this though, I told you this was going to happen. I told you. If you go back to the first episode I talked about Jackpot, I told you then and there when Jackpot was first having all that information come out about them, that they were going to find ways to somebody was going to try to invite them back in. The problem is I said it was going to be 2 years. It ended up being 6 months. Just be prepared. It's going to happen again. As unfortunate as it is, redemption for some reason has to come in the form of playing a video game. That's the way we view redemption. So don't think it's over. It's definitely going to happen again. News of tournaments that may be of interest to the casual listener of the podcast. Low Ink registration is still going on. One of the many things we are going to learn as Low Ink staff over the course of this weekend is how do you turn off a tournament registration? We are convinced that it will turn off on its own at the time that we set. And also, I think it's going to lock your rosters. You know how like on Battlefy, you could change your roster after the registration closed until check-in started? And we were like, Battlefy will let you do this, but don't, or else we'll DM you and we'll be upset. I think we can literally set it to where you can't do that. Like you can't screw yourself over. And that's a big win. We'll find that out in about 5 hours or so. There's going to be a lot of learning taking place on that. I do want to acknowledge, and I pointed this out Monday, I'll continue to reiterate it here. Squids for Palestinian Kids is going to be taking place this weekend on Sunday. And yes, you can in fact support both events. I saw somebody make a post on Blue Sky. Oh, I want to support Squids for Palestinian Kids, but Low Ink is this weekend. Like, no, don't use us as a scapegoat not to support a great event that is for a great cause. You can do both. You can play Low Ink, but still donate to that tournament, and at the very least, open up a separate tab to get an extra view for their stream. Like, you can still support that event and still participate in Low Ink, or just flat out skip Low Ink altogether and play in that tournament. There's going to be more. This isn't the last Low Ink. There's tons of these things. Trust me. Don't use us as an excuse not to support a great event, because we at Low Ink are still going to find ways to support that event. I commentated in the last one. Obviously not going to be this upcoming time around, but you could still support that event, and I hope that you do so. It's for a good cause. Today, we are going to be taking your calls. That's right. If you're on lunch break out on the West Coast and you want to have your idiotic voice be heard here live for everybody to hear, we are going to give you an opportunity to do that. It'll be coming up a little bit later. I'll tell you how to do that if you're in the IPL Discord server. We're also going to be revealing my top 10 list. Spoiler alert, it is not the top 10 teams that are listed in the top 10 section here in the auto seeds. It's some are there, most not. Spoiler alert there. All that and more. But first, yes, you can join and yap about anything. If you get cringe, I'll just kick you out, but I don't think you'll be cringe, Nellfire. Although, you're open to disappointing me in that category if you feel so inclined. This upcoming Low Ink is groundbreaking. For the first time since 2019, Low Ink is switching platforms. Raise your hand if you played on Low Ink back when it was on Challenge. I can't even raise my hand. I didn't. I think I was aware of Low Ink at the time. Allie from the Crustacean Crusaders was the first person to introduce me to the concept of what Low Ink was. And I remember the first time looking at Low Ink and being like, that tournament sucks. I'm not touching that. I don't trust that as a legit tournament. And well, there's plenty of you right now that are looking at this and saying, it's still not a legit tournament. But it at least was not on Challenge anymore by the time my team started playing in Low Ink. But going forward, since the first time since 2019, Low Ink is abandoning its platform and making the switch over to Sindao.Inc. This has been in the work for months. We've had a lot of people come forward and be like, how come you guys aren't on Sindao yet? Or, oh my gosh, this tournament would be so much better if it wasn't on Battlefy anymore. It's the last tournament that's on Battlefy, except for Nintendo's tournaments. They're still on Battlefy. Rip you. It's been in the work for months. Look, it's been no secret that the large SOS tournaments and Chara's tournaments have caused the site to crash. And Low Ink is looking like we're going to have about 100 teams when it's all said and done. This is going to be a beast for the website to handle. Sindao has said in our Low Ink help desk, our IPL questions channel has said it publicly on their social media platforms, and has basically told us in our staff chats, like, look, the site's going to hold up. So we're confident that it's at a point now to where this site can handle Low Ink. It does everything that we need it be able to do. A 2-day tournament, a Swiss into a double elimination. If we get enough teams signed up, a Swiss into a top 32 into a single elim while there's still this underground double elim brackets going on. Like there's a whole mess of stuff that goes into Low Ink. And it's been a long time to try to create something that makes it all work, but I get the sense that we're ready to at least try it out. I honestly don't know what to expect. Sindao seemed obviously confident about the things we're talking about. The seeding is already curious. If you just look at it right now, the number 1 seed, as I'm looking at it, is Distortion, who is the team that just won Little Squid League last weekend. I'm assuming that's why they got this buff up to being the number 1 seed. You look at what they did in Little Squid League. Yeah, they won it, but it wasn't like they had to win a game 5 against one team. They had to get taken to a game 6 in grand final. It's not like they just put every other team in a headlock and gave them a noogie and then, a swirly in the toilet or anything like that. They earned their win, but it wasn't like, oh, we're head and shoulders above everybody else. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, no team has won Little Squid League and Low Ink. There might be some individual players that have won both, but no one same team has won all those tournaments. Not Octopi, not Zestfest. Maybe Distortion might be the first one, but they're not going to be the actual number 1 seed. Don't look at it like that. There's some really bizarre stuff here. Flipside at number 2, like, okay. I'll take that. Honor Bound at number 35? No, absolutely not. Inkbound at number 44? Are you kidding me? And of course, the most egregious of all, Tidy Tidings, the only team to go 6-0 during the Swiss stage last month, The only undefeated team from Swiss last month is currently seated at number 48 out of 93 teams. Middle of the pack. They're predicted to go 3-3. Maybe they'll scrap their way to making Gamma Bracket. And that might actually happen. I would think it's more likely than not that they are going to finish above number 48. So I already know, though, because we as Low Ink staff are going to fix a lot of those things. Yes, you can do auto seeds, and there's like different ways you can sort teams. If you've ever run a tournament on Sindel.ink, there's different ways you can like sort them automatically. You can also just manually slide teams up and down as you feel like it, and we're going to do that with Low Ink. Are we going to manually seed all 100 teams? No, of course not. Like, if we're going to sit the ones that are like way off, we're going to fix. But if it puts you at like 46, we're going to be like, all right, like, sure, that sounds fine. It's Swiss anyway, so seeding isn't going to mean a whole heck of a lot. But I already know. I can envision it with my psychic powers. I can see into the future. Oh, Popgun put us at number 42 and we made Alpha Bracket. He didn't believe in us. No, you doofus. That's not at all the case. People were already doing that on Battlefy, and we literally didn't give you a number at all on Battlefy. It just pulled something out of its rear end, even though it was supposed to be like somewhat tidy and tidings. But there you go. When we are going on to this for the first time, the first Low Ink that is off Battlefy, there's going to be some jank. What kind of jank? I have no idea. When you do something new, you got your different categories of things. You have your known knowns. This is the things that you know to expect, and you're going to be ready for it. You have your known unknowns, meaning you know that there are things that you don't specifically know about, but you're doing this to figure out what those things are. For example, how we handle match disputes is going to be completely different than what we did on Battlefy. That is a known unknown. That's something we're going to figure out as the tournament goes on. Probably just going to be you guys pinging help desk. You also have your unknown unknowns. And these are the things that you are not anticipating, and you're only going to find out about it by actually doing the event, which we're going to be doing. So is this month going to be jank? Probably. But the first one was always going to be jank whenever you're dealing with a tournament of this caliber on a site such as this. And the only way to find out is to actually do it. And December is a good month to figure some stuff out. In theory, there are so many positives to this that it's going to change. It's not even funny. I'll hold off on talking about what all the positive changes are for both the TOs and for you guys until we see it all actually play out. I don't want to just sit here and be like, expect this awesome thing to happen, and then that awesome thing doesn't happen, and it's like the worst thing of the entire weekend. So I'm going to hold off on that until Monday when we recap this upcoming Low Ink. But I will tell you right off the bat, verification is way easier. It's way easier. We still get our sheet, and we still give you guys like the same little green if you're good, red if we need to do something, I need to DM you, orange if we need to like maybe ask you for like more information or something like that. But it's so easy for anybody to just look up somebody's entire history. You just go to the tournament, click on any team you want, click on any player you want, and you see all of their results just right in front of your face. And it's great. It makes verification so much simpler, more streamlined on our end. Yeah, we had a lot of resources to help us comb through Battlefy, but it's difficult to get the Battlefy information and the start.gg information. If you did something on Challenge, it's impossible for us to find it. And the Sindel.ink information. Well, now everything's on this side anyways, except for the past Low Inks. So we can just easily look through that. It's made verification so much easier and much more thorough. Information is quicker to find. Everyone can see it. Also, if you guys were to smurf into this tournament, you were to ult into this tournament, it's no longer a penalty of, oh, well, now we're kicking you out of Low Ink for real, and we might like not let you into SOS or Proving Grounds. If you smurf into a Low Ink now, you're going to be banned from every tournament in the community. You're going to get a Sindel.ink ban, or suspension or something like that, which affects every tournament you want to play in, because every tournament you want to play in is on this site. So we haven't had Smurf. I can't remember the last time we actually... Well, actually I do remember the last time we did have an actual Smurf. But most of the time, whenever somebody's like playing in the tournament above a skill level, it's on us for not catching it, and it's not them like purposely trying to cheat their way through. That has happened before. We don't get Smurfs as often as you guys might think we do. Well, I Smurfed in your tournament and you never found me. Okay, well, you didn't win it, so you kind of sucked as a Smurf, bro. Regardless, it just as a side note, my dream for Ludi is that it is on Sindao. I hope and pray that Emil and Sindao do a fusion dance and just do registration for Ludi through Sindao.inc. You don't have to run the tournament on there. Keep the tournament running on Challenge. But oh my gosh, if the seeding council could take every 600 team, hit a button, and let it do a rough draft of a seed of what it would look like, and then we spend the week just kind of like manually fixing all of it like you would with what the seeding is for Loic right now, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. That's just a hope for mine in the future. For this weekend, though, be patient with us. You'll be happy we've made this switch. It might be frustrating at times, but by the time we get to January, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. Just trust me on this. When have I ever lied to you guys? Okay, well, there you go. I got some more information about how it closes. Price, what did you say? Splatter Swim is the only team that won. Did they really? I think that sounds like it's right. But that was 4 years ago. Have I been lying for 4 years? I know I said just trust me, so keep trusting me. I forget it. Splatter Swim. I did not realize they won an LSL. Was that back when LSL was was that when LSL was Div 5 and Low Inc was Div 4? That probably was the case. I know SOS won it when it was a Div 4 tournament. But there you go. I ended up lying there. So we got our top 3. Oh, I shouldn't check Discord as this is going on. But I'm going to have to. So I'm going to give you guys my top 10 teams, including the honorable mentions. But this is the time where we get the chat warmed up. So if you want to come in and you want to talk about anything Low Inc related, you don't have to give your predictions. Yeah, I remember they were on Challenge because I remember Pure Divinity played in them. Which is crazy to think about, where Pure Divinity ended up. And it's like, they used to be like a LSL Low Inc team. How do we do this? Start the stage. There we go. Low Inc pre-show. So if you join that VC in the Discord channel, or if you're watching this in the future, you missed your opportunity to do so, raise your hand, we'll get to you. But while you are getting set up for that, let's go through the top 10. First off, before we get into the top 10, I got some honorable mentions. Disclaimer has not signed up as of yet, or at least the last time that I checked. So they're obviously not going to appear here. Remix was an alpha bracket team. I don't have them in the top 10 either. And no, Distortion, the number 1 seed, is not in the top 10. I know several of you are scratching your head trying to figure out how could Distortion be left out of the top 10 when they're clearly the number 1 team. Let's see what they do. I'm genuinely curious what they're going to do. But I don't think they're going to win it. Number 10. Fearless. Welcome aboard the top 10. It only goes downhill from here. I like that Fearless is playing in a lot of tournaments outside of Low Inc, but they're best result that I've able to find was a third place finish in a Tri-Strike Tuesday. They don't have the most impressive resume as of yet, but they will add to that this month in low ink. And the stronger results that they are going to be racking up are right around the corner as well. This team is on the right path, and I expect them to improve of their losers round 2 finish in Alpha Bracket from November. Number 9. Rewind has that Sonora energy. A team that just hovers around the bracket month after month until one shining moment on a Sunday happens, and then everything will align into their favor, and they'll dominate the tourney and win. For that factor alone, Rewind has to be in the top 10 anytime they sign up, and it helps that they are consistently finding their way out of Swiss into Alpha Bracket, having made Alpha Bracket 2 months in a row now. Just remember, be kind, please rewind. Number 8. I just love Latinas, Sonic. That's right. It wasn't just a pickup. It appears to be an actual team. And what's not to love when you're coming off a beta bracket title that they claimed last month? Winning beta always leads to good things the next month. And for this team that has a consistent roster, there is nothing but clear skies ahead for this team, named after a silly phrase from a Jet video. Number 7. There has to be a bound team on here somewhere. Do I go with Ink Bound or do I go with Honor Bound? I don't have room for both of them in the top 10. And Honor Bound has been in the top 10 before, and when I did put them in, they did make Alpha Bracket. However, we haven't seen them in a bit, and Inkbound has been consistently in Alpha Bracket, I believe, at least 3 months in a row. So we will give Inkbound the number 7 slot here on the top 10. Number 6. Tidal Disruption's run got disrupted last month in November. They were just barely able to find a way into Alpha Bracket and got eliminated in Losers Round 1. A far cry from their 4th place finish they received just the month prior. They're still a solid team, though, as evidence from winning a A4-1 tourney after their disappointing low ink. Getting a win under their belt does a lot for their confidence and helps you get into a position to where you can win a tournament like low ink. But the goal for them is just to return to becoming a threatening team that can threaten to make podium, which they came nowhere close to last month. Number 5. All right. The time has come for me to hop off the Moonshine bandwagon. The fact still remains that they haven't won a single match in Alpha Bracket. Maybe they just aren't as good as I thought they were. Or maybe they are just in the wrong tournament. Since the last low ink, they finished 4th, 2nd, and 1st place in 3 separate A4-1 tourneys. So maybe it's not that they're not good. It's maybe they're just not a good low ink specific team. Maybe it's Swiss or Saturdays or Battlefy or whatever. This team is still really good, and it's just that for whatever reason low ink has their number. But despite having no real low ink success, I can't abandon Moonshine from the top 5. I can't do it. Maybe they'll actually make Alpha Bracket this month, though. Number 4. Celestial is in the worst spot that you can be on this top 10 list, where anything short of winning the tournament is going to be a failure for them. There's just nothing left for them to accomplish. Celestial is one of those Alpha Bracket teams that has just been there for a long time, and you're just starting to think, okay, when are they going to get that result that's going to finally kick them out of this tournament? Maybe it'll be this month when they outright win it. But I predict that this will be the last chance Celestial will have to win this tournament, because they've been here for quite a while. It's time to start getting the results or start finding something else to do during low ink weekends, I would say, for Celestial. And they're good enough to do it. Number 3. Jet lag looked like they had anything but jet lag with their performance last month in Low Ink. I know they were good, but that was mostly based off of damage they did in tournaments outside of Low Ink last month. But what they accomplished in Low Ink was more than living up to the hype, finishing 3rd overall with included 2 wins over Celestial. Their only losses on Sunday were to the team that finished 2nd place. Disclaimer, everyone else they dispatched of. Jet lag is the real deal, and they'll make a return trip to the podium this month. Number 2. Good news for Tidy Tidings. They were the last team to take a loss in last month's Low Ink. The bad news is that it came in round 1 of losers bracket on Sunday, forcing them to play all of Sunday in losers bracket before being eliminated in round 4. They have more than enough potential to win this tourney, mainly because they grind and have continued to grind the snot out of paddling pool. They have played in so many paddling pools that I didn't put down the number because I didn't feel like counting all of them. Low Ink is them taking the training weights off and see how much they have grown after a month of paddling pools. All it takes is to get some coffee in them on Sundays to survive that best of 3 round 1, and they'll be set up for success for the rest of the day. Tidings is really good and won't fall victim to the 6-0 Swiss curse yet again. Although they will not win this time around. There's only one team that's going to win this tournament. Number 1. 2 months ago, I said that Flipside would need to make Alpha Bracket again if I were to consider putting them into my top 10. They did. Then didn't sign up for the next month, so I didn't put them in the top 10. Instead, they racked up tournament wins in an A for 1, Coral Clash, Rain or Shine, Storm Surge number 11, and 7 of Hearts. Yes, those are real things. And yes, some of those tournaments I mentioned only had 6 or less teams. However, this team is going to add to their bad collection this weekend. How about going from winning a 5-team tournament to winning a 100-team tournament? They're the best team here, and Flipside is going to win this Low Ink. Now, before we get to the raised hands, if you are not happy with where I put you in the top 10, or if I didn't mention your team at all, just win the tournament, forehead. I always issue apologies on the Monday episode of the Popcast, recapping Low Ink, when they are warranted. And they're not going to be warranted because I got them right here. Do I ever get my predictions correct? I think I have correctly predicted 3 Low Ink champions out of the 60 or so predictions that I've done. So the odds are no. This is an incredibly difficult tournament to predict. A good chunk of the time, the team that wins is a team we're not even thinking about. Treat my top 10 as the teams that deserve to be considered the top 10 teams. Think of it as like the teams that have earned that kind of ability to be cursed. But just because you earn it doesn't mean that's how it's going to play out. You still got to actually win these things. Oh. Do we get the Predictinator out of the way right now? Or do we, spare ourselves, at least for a little bit? Let's spare ourselves for a little bit. Let's talk to Didal Disruption. See what they got to say.
Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting to be first. Yeah. I do want to just mention that it's just come through that we will not be playing this month.
What do you mean just come through? Like just this second? Or
we will not be playing this month. We will not be playing this Low Ink. I wasn't going to register, but I just wanted to see where we were. So we aren't playing this Low Ink. So
wait. Did you just say you just wanted to see where you would be?
Yeah, that is exactly where I wanted to just see where I would be.
Okay, so who's taking? You have to fix this.
I have to fix it. Oh God.
Yeah, who's taking your spot in the top 10?
Okay, you didn't mention this team, but Asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation.
Strong team. Yeah,
Okay.
they got top five in an open tournament at one point, 8-bit. Um, they then my cat's going absolutely crazy. And then just
Is that it?
and then and then they took one game off. What was it? Royalty in Awful One Clams,
Oh, I don't want to hear
which
about taking games off. Did they
yeah,
beat
but
Royalty or not?
yeah, true.
Okay, so
But
that's
they are
that.
very strong for a new team that's coming up. So
Okay.
I feel like they can make a good performance in Alpha this month, and I think they can take our place.
All right, fair enough. Well, thank you for that clarification, and we'll see you next month for sure, right?
Yeah, we'll be back next month.
You can't do that. You can't just sign up just to see where you are in my top 10 and then bounce. That's got to be against the rules. Hohen, stat check our rules. That's got to be against things. Okay, so everyone heard that. We are making an official change. Asphyxiation, who I didn't mention at all, is now sliding into number 6 on my top 10 list. That is official. If they win, they did get mentioned here by me. So let's talk to them. Let's see what they got to say after that. Asphyxiation, welcome to the official top 10. You're the 6th best team according to me.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting us take your sixth place spot. It really means a lot. It's so like awesome, man. Like
That
fully.
so so how are you doing? And first off, you do know what asphyxiation means, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Um, it's pretty graphic. It's
No,
basically just
yeah.
drowning. Where did this name come from?
Well, actually, it was between like a 3 a.m. conversation with me and the co-captain. We're like, yo, we gotta have a cool name. And then he just suggested, yo, why not name it asphyxiation? Shout out to Moxie, by the way. That's my goat. My goat Moxie.
Okay,
So yeah, and that's where it came from.
so the reason, if I don't want to put words in your mouth, I just want to be clear about this. Asphyxiation is apparently cool, and that is why you went with it. Correct?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I'm not here to judge. I mean, I am, but still, that's I just wanted clarification about that. Do you think you're the 6th best team in this tournament?
Bro. Not the sixth best, but the very best.
Uh
We're
oh.
locked in. We're locked in.
So you're predicting a win?
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully.
Well,
Uh
is there any team you are like excited to play against, or like any team where you're like, oh, we want to get a piece of this team. We want to beat these guys
mm,
specifically.
Probably two teams, Rewind and Flipside. Those two.
Okay. And
Yeah.
if you don't win this month, who is?
Um Probably Flipside if we don't win.
Fair enough. Okay, so you're
We
predicting
gotta take
Flipside.
like very, very first. Gotta take them out, bro.
How do you beat Flipside?
Man, I'm not even sure, but I'm sure we'll find a way, like throughout the games, to figure out a counter.
Well, there you go. Well, good luck this weekend, and shout outs to Title Disruption. Have you played Title Disruption? Did you beat them up or something? What?
You know, I'm not really sure. I tend to forget a lot the teams we fight against unless we fight them like all the time. So, but thank you so much, Title Disruption. It means a lot.
There you go. All right, get out of here before I lose oxygen. There. Let's name our team name after drowning. I believe asphyxiation is the lack of oxygen to the brain, like the official term for that. What a great way to start off a Friday. Um, let's talk to Remix. Let's see what they got.
Hello.
Good morning. What you got, Remix?
Good morning. I am actually on my lunch break, like you said at the beginning, so it's kind of
Oh,
funny.
hold on. What are you actually eating lunch?
I am eating lunch, yes.
What are you eating for lunch?
I'm having a sandwich with some veggie chips and apple.
Okay, there you go. That's
Just
that's the
something
same
simple.
it's the same kind of lunch my 16-month-old son eats. So that you got some similarities there. All right, what you got for
Yeah.
us, Remix?
I would like to talk about today why you'll owe Remix an apology for the second month in a row and why people should root for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to talk about why everybody should root for us. And I first want to start off by saying that we had our 1 year anniversary last week, which was really fun.
Okay.
And I just think that's a really cool thing to have, just have a team that lasts that long, because most teams don't even make it past like 6 months.
Yes,
Um,
definitely. 1 year long is a long time. Now, do you have the same roster that you did a year ago, or was there like some small changeover?
we actually added one new person like 2 months ago. His name is Zero. And what's really cool about Zero is he is a pencil one trick, but he played pencil before it was like a big thing.
Okay,
Like
fair
he played
enough.
it when it was released.
Not a
Um,
bandwagon pencil player. Fair enough.
yeah.
So what else do you got? Why else should
So
we root for Remix?
so another cool thing is that we play some fun weapons. I personally play Gluga a lot. And my teammate also plays S-Blast. Been picking that up recently. It's kind of interesting because we used to play S-Blast like when we formed as a team, but we only picked it up recently since like people said, "Oh, it's good now" and all that.
Are you talking about the vanilla or the Booyah Bomb?
The Booyah Bomb one, yeah.
Okay. With burst. There you go. When that weapon first came out, I think people were like, "Oh, well this everybody's going to use this, a blaster with burst bomb and a special that isn't dog water. Like, okay, this is going to be really huge." And it never really took off. So I'm glad your team's at least trying it. I don't know how that
Yeah.
Oh, so the pencil just has to do everything, right? Like who's painting here?
Well, we don't always play those weapons. I also play Splat and um, sometimes our Stamper player plays C-Tech when I'm on Gluga. So we just kind of switch roles when like one person can like slay and play their favorite, and then the other person has to like kind of like play more of a supportish kind of weapon.
Were you at Riptide?
Yes, I was just
Did
gonna talk about that.
didn't
We are
we
one of
talk
the
to each
only
other at
teams.
Riptide?
Yes, we actually played as a team at Riptide.
Okay. I
So all
I
of us at Remix are like really good friends.
well that in IRL friends now because you actually hung out with
Definitely,
each other. The
definitely.
problem I run into, and I can't be the only one, is the team Remix. Do you have any relation to them at all?
No, but we did actually run into them in Sendoku over the week.
Did you beat them?
And I just want to say they're like such a nice team, honestly.
Yeah, but did you beat them?
Like they were very mature about like because they didn't know about like why we have the name that we do. And so they just had a very like mature discussion with me and we talked through things and now we're friends now.
Did you beat your new friends?
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean,
Unfortunately, what's un?
well, I want to be kind and nice and stuff, but they're very cool. Like they're very much like into the creative aspect of like Splatoon, like making art and stuff. So I think that's
Oh
where
yeah.
they really shine.
That's the now Tori.png is on that team, correct?
Yeah, that's who I talk to.
Well, there you go. I mean, you can be nice to them and still be like, "Hey, we beat you though." Like that there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, enjoy your
Yeah.
sandwich and your apple and your chips and good luck this weekend. I
Wait,
will
I
give you
didn't
an
get to talk
apology
about
if
why
you
we're going to be in the top 10.
Okay, well give us your reasoning.
Okay, I'll make it quick for you. So recently we've been taking games off +2 and +3 players in their teams. And we've
Oh
also been
no,
winning.
no, no, no. I'm gonna stop. Have you beaten anybody in a set?
Not, I think um, we've beaten one person. I think it was there was one team. It was a pickup of like Turnip and Inko. I think there might have been a +3 player there.
Might have been. You're not. Okay, but you came in here and like, oh, we took games off of people. I don't want to hear games taken off. I want to hear sets taken away. So you're
Okay,
saying,
I will give you improvement then.
okay,
So last Slow Ink we got 7th after
yes.
like a long break because we were looking for a 4th. And we haven't been playing too many tournaments recently. We did actually win 8-bit Blitz, the 16-bit bracket. But we've been focusing a lot on scrimming and VOD reviewing a lot over the past month, especially against Celestial, who we lost to twice last Slow Ink. And now we've been like doing really well against them in scrims, and we figured out like how to play against certain teams, and especially Celestial. So I think, and like looking at minimizing our own mistakes. So I think we have a great chance at winning
Well, there you
because
go.
we're very optimized now.
Well, good luck this upcoming weekend. Hopefully that practice played off. And yes, if you guys pop off, I'll give you an apology. How about that? Is that fair?
Thank you so much. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, there we go. That ended up well across the board. People are actually eating lunch at this hour. That's insane. All right, let's get it out of the way. The Jolly Predictionator.
Hello?
What you hi. What you want?
I'm outside right now.
Wait, what? Wait.
I'm outside right now.
What's the temperature outside?
Let me look. It's cold. Really
Okay.
cold.
Okay, you didn't have to look. You could have just said, "Oh, it feels cold." Okay, so now you're outside and you're freezing and you're here to talk to us about predictions. What you got?
Yeah. So let me actually I'm not gonna post a screenshot. You're all not good enough for that yet. So I have in alpha Distortion, Flipside, Serves Up, who you didn't mention. I'm very surprised. And then since Title Disruption dropped out of the thing, Brigada Woomy took their place because I think they're okay. This is fine. Celestial, Asphyxiation, Star Allies, Jetlag, Magic Beans, who also I'm surprised you didn't mention. I Love Latina Sonic, Remix, Calamity Forge Neo, Los Inklings, Tidy Tidings, and Moonshine. I'm still on the Moonshine Hopium.
Okay, but what the Calamity Forge Neo? Whenever I believe in them, that's when they take the dip down. They're very roller coasty as far as results are. I would love to see them be more consistent, but that I wouldn't feel confident putting them. I wouldn't feel confident predicting anything for them, to be fair. But
I think the problem is just you. I think it's when you believe in them, and since you're not believing them this month, and I am, I think they're gonna do great.
Okay. Who did you predict was going to win last month? Smartass. Who'd you predict was going to win last month?
Now calm down. Calm down.
No. Who did you predict? Do you already forget?
A little bit.
It wasn't Sonora, but please continue. Now tell us who's going to win this month. Who's winning this month?
So I think I Love Latina Sonic is actually gonna win. I think they're
crazy.
No, I'm not. I think you're the crazy one
for picking Flipside.
Now I have Flipside at 3rd.
Oh no! I know what's going on here. You wanted to pick Flipside, but I did it first. So now you're trying to be cute and be like, "Oh, I Love Latinas is gonna win." That's exactly what's going on here. Yes.
No, because I did these on the bus home actually. Okay. So actually, I didn't watch the predictions, and then the only thing I changed was Title Disruption to Brigada Woomy.
Okay. So I Love Latina Sonic 1, Flipside's 3. Who's 2?
Asphyxiation.
Okay, so a lot of asphyxiation love.
Yeah,
sounds
I
weird
love that.
Saying it out loud.
I don't know them, but I love them.
Okay, so real quickly, who wins beta, who wins gamma? I know you predict those as well.
I do those. 2nd place is gonna be kind of crazy here. Rewind. I'm sorry. And then number 1 is going to be idiots in chat. I looked at their results. I don't know if I would put them in alpha or first beta, but they're somewhere in that pack. So I put them first beta because they're just more well-known teams that I think have higher consistency.
There's a lot of alpha teams from last month that signed up for this month. So yeah, there's a lot of blue bloods in there for sure. What about Gamma?
Yeah.
What you got there?
I'm gonna make this quick because I have to pick up my brothers because their bus just got here and I'm picking them up. And there are going to be a lot of small children screaming. Just what? By the way, first Gamma is gonna be error 404 because I think I know them. They play in a lot of tournaments at TO, and I think number 2, second place in Gamma is gonna be Gooby Fortnite ? Exclam.
All right. Well, enjoy your day off from school and enjoy the rest of your life.
I do not have a day off from school. I
don't want to hear what that small child had to say. What? God, guys, you don't have to talk to us while you're waiting for the school bus. What is going on here? But there we go. We got the predictions in. Somebody who is definitely not on the school bus right now, Camo from Krill Streak. Hi, Camo.
Well, good afternoon to you, Mr. Popgun. How are you doing? Good, I take it?
I'm doing good. Now that I'm not talking to school children, I think it's a big upgrade.
I'm waiting on somebody to randomly call me and ask for some medical testing here, but hopefully I'll have a moment to sneak in the fact that Krill Streak will be participating not only in FTIU, but also Low Ink and Palestinian Kids because of our huge roster. So, kind of hyped for it. Gonna be a big weekend, grinding. We are not locked in, but we are sure logged in.
I was worried when you said Low Ink and Palestinian Kids that you were banking on not making day 2 of Low Ink and preemptively signed up for Splits for Pal. I was like,
come on.
But you're saying, so Krill Street could be playing at 2 tournaments at the same time because you have a big enough roster. That's what you're saying.
If Sendo lets us do it, yes, I think we'll figure it out.
That is crazy. So how are things? How was Riptide? I don't think I got to talk to you much at Riptide. I know my wife did and PJ did as well. But give me this. Compare Riptide to LTC, the experiences.
Oh, snap. All right, coming in strong. I have the posters looking down at me right now, so that's not a bad time. I planned so much better in some ways and so much worse in other ways for Riptide than LTC that Riptide just became a better experience. But that's nothing to say that the hype of LTC and kind of the closeness and tight community aspect of it felt really strong there than it did in Riptide when it felt a little bit more Smash-centric. Playing with and getting to know a lot of the teams that we met in LTC and then followed up with at Riptide was literally one of the coolest things imaginable. Starting to make those connections that we have been fostering for over 4 years has been spectacular, and so that just made Riptide really special.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm upset about losing LTC is that you don't get that fire pit anywhere else. I mean, Riptide's awesome, and Riptide was always going to be the bigger event, but there's nowhere for us to hang out afterwards. There's that bar area, but that's
a little sense of after party, but it's not really Splatoon specifically.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no you lose that sense of community, although it is obviously the much bigger event. All right, Camo. Hopefully that's good medical news that you're waiting on the phone call for. Won't pry too deep into that, but good luck this weekend. Starting tonight, actually.
Will do. No worries. It's other people's medical stuff, and hoping the best for them too. I'm just at work.
There you go. Well, all right. Well, that was nice. That was a nice little change of pace. Always happy to talk to Krill Streak. Are we going to be happy to talk to Guess What, though?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I actually have an exam in a couple hours after this, and this might also be a sin. We can't play as a whole Guess What roster this time. I know you roasted us for dropping 2 months ago, so we can't we can't. I might be able to sub day 2, but it's depending.
Well, now hold on. Let's back up here. Is your team? So you're saying you don't know if you'll have a roster available for day 2?
Or, yeah, we're not having all the members together for day 1.
Okay, so let's ask this question. You could you tell me what subject your exam is in?
Oh, this one's about web design.
Web design. Okay, is this like towards a major, or is it like I'm assuming it's like it's like a class that is directed towards your major and not a what's the term I'm looking for? Like an English class or like a math class that's not related.
Prerequisite or
Prereq. Yes. Is this is this a required class?
Yes, it is.
Okay. If push came to shove, let's say Saturday when is this exam? Oh, it's today.
This is today.
Okay.
Tomorrow is just other availability stuff.
Gotcha. I was going to go with the elective. Well, elective's not what I'm kind of think of. I was going to go with the angle of if you were in a situation to where it seemed like, oh, if we play, there's a good chance we're going to win low ink. Would you skip that exam and go for the low ink win?
No, but I'm not this time. My confidence is not that high yet. But what I will say, I know who would, and that serves up. I have 2 goals here. Okay. One is to say how serves up is getting top 8. That's if Guess What got picked for the top 10, I would nominate serves up. They only lost to Flipside, which apparently is the favorite number 1. Silix and Rosa have been winning Abandoned Ship and Try Strike Tuesday recently. They just got second in what was the most recent tournament? It was I think All for One. Yeah, All for One Clams. They just no, that was separate. That was different All for One. Coral Clash. That was yesterday.
Okay.
Silix was previously a member of Guess What, has been moving up close to level up band. The whole team is great, except Silix, he's carried because he left my team. And other thing I want to say is I think Single R Remix is doing well. They'll only do well because Guess What's not playing.
Oh, do you guys have their number or something?
In the previous 3 sets we played against them, we won. So if they do well, just know because it's because I wasn't there.
Now, how would you feel if Remix won this tournament? They get banned from low ink, and you're still eligible, even though you've beaten them 3 times in a row.
I would be a fraud. I would probably need to do some self-reflecting in the mountains. I would need to go improve at my own gameplay. But
self-reflecting.
They would deserve it. They deserve it for winning.
How confident are you going into this exam today? Like, is this an ace in the hole kind of thing, or?
Well, I mean, it should be pretty easy.
How close are you to graduating?
I'm 2 years out.
2 years out. Okay, there you go. What is your major?
Usually data science, that sort of thing, but the odds of serves up winning, I would say, fairly high.
Okay, that's what your data analyst is suggesting, that serves up is statistically.
Hey, I could be wrong. I'm not the prediction.
You're not. But you are making a prediction here based on science, and serves up is a team that I didn't mention at all. So there you go. Guess what?
They've been winning.
They've been winning, and they're going to continue to find a way to win. All right. Get out of here. Guess what? Go study for that exam.
Chicken butt.
Hop in here to invade Popgun.
Vincent. How's it going, Vincent? What's up?
I'm trying to give you captain roles.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to. So can you announce to everybody? Is everyone going to get automatic captain roles, or do we have to personally assign them?
Fingers crossed it just works.
By the way, in case you're wondering who this is Vincent, the
Hello.
the technical genius behind everything IPL related.
I can dox your player history very easily.
You could, and well, now everything's on Sindow, so we can kind of do that ourselves. Okay.
True, but we can also this is an announcement for everyone. Please make sure your battle files add to your Sendu account if you haven't already. It makes our job way easier, and everyone's job, I mean my job, because there's like 300,000 players or something ridiculous that we're tracking, and it's not easy to combine you all.
300,000 players on Battlefy, or that have played in a low tournament?
Let me check. And trying to assign players captain roles just failed, so I have some work to do still.
All right. Well, thank you, Vincent, for that update. And I forgot about captain roles. That was the known unknowns that we forgot about.
All right, players. We have. Yes, we have a. Okay, that's wrong. But yeah, we have. I got my numbers mixed up. We have about 50,000 players.
That makes
stored.
more sense.
That makes more
300,000.
sense.
Yeah.
We have we have a lot more teams than players. The number I was quoting you was players, or not
There
players,
we go.
teams.
Now that's 50.
There's a lot of views.
There is a lot. Less than what there has been. That's a lot over the course of time.
Oh yeah, this number I'm quoting is since the start of Splatoon 1.
Yes. All right.
But yeah, enjoy your pre-show. I'm gonna go back to banging my head.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you.
Actually, I lied. Captain rules are working.
Well, there we go.
Enjoy.
Speaking of captains, okay, so what? We got 5 people left here. Comrade's gonna be. I'm gonna bring Comrade on. I brought Comrade on and then dismissed, but you came back because Vincent was talking. I didn't want that awkwardness. So the 4 people that still have their hands up, that's the only 4. Anyone after Vortex is not get on. We have to pick up the kid at some point. Comrade, what you got?
It's time to throw for the first 30 seconds when playing against Flipside.
For the first 30 seconds? Why do you say that?
They play opening Gambit 52, so I'm going to just sit and spawn until it's over, and then I'm going to play the game.
Okay, but doesn't that give them a huge advantage? Like, isn't that better than, like, any kind of advantage opening Gambit would have given them anyways?
No. Because knowing me, I would probably just somehow kill myself by it, so...
So what team are you on?
Moonshine.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, you know you have to make alpha bracket to run into Flipside.
Whoa. Hey, maybe we'll play against them tomorrow, maybe.
You could end up in the same Swiss group. That is always possible. What's the goal for Moonshine this weekend?
So we're already banned from All for One, so I guess just thug it out, maybe win low ink. If not, it's whatever.
Just thug it out and get the win. All right. Well, we're pressed for time, Comrade. Good luck this upcoming weekend. Find ways to get into alpha bracket. That'd be awesome.
Thank you.
There we go. Solo Q, I see you spamming that button. You're being weird. I'm not bringing you on. We don't have time. We got to talk to Paradigm Starfish. How's it going?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
Is that it?
No, yeah, no, I'm kidding. I did want to give my top 3 for low ink this. If I remember him, it was Flipside, Moonshine, and Jet Lag in no particular order. Those are just my top 3 teams. Also, like some of the ones I'm like more familiar with.
Those are teams you played against during your era of low ink, because you won low ink a couple of months ago, right? Was it October?
Yeah, October sounds right.
Well, how's your team doing after low ink? You know, people disband after they win low ink.
We're doing pretty good, honestly. We're playing a show match tonight for trans empowerment, which is really awesome.
Oh, is that
you guys should go check that out. Rose of Battle.
Roosevelt. I was about to say.
Yes.
I saw they posted something on Blue Sky, I think a week ago, and I reposted it. So, okay, so plug that real quick. Who are you playing against?
There's a show match tonight. Paradigm Starfish versus Insomniac Central on Rose of Battle's Twitch stream for trans empowerment. You can donate. You can donate to give like weapon requests or map requests or just silly things in general.
What time is that?
8 EST tonight is when it starts. The stream starts before then, and there's more things you can donate for.
Now, there was IPL versus SAC. Before SAC was a part of IPL, we did a charity tournament with IPL staff versus SAC staff. And somebody paid $10 to make me play Vanilla Hydra instead of Custom Hydra. Is there a specific weapon you hope that nobody will make you play?
Trying to think. I suck at Hydra. I'm really bad at Hydras. Splatling class is not my strong suit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make you play Hydra later tonight.
Awesome. Take note. Good to know.
All right. Get out of here. Go. 3 more. Squidoku. Come back on yet again. Sorry, rewind. You joined too late. I think we already talked. No, we talked the remix. All right, Squidoku is not accepting the invite. Maybe they'll join back in a second. While we're waiting for that, let's try to get someone else. Nell, you've been waiting a long time. What's up?
Yeah, I just have to yap. Hi, so I'm Nell from YouTube Tempe for Free Online Converter Goated Team. We aren't playing because of holiday season, but I'm keeping an eye on Jetlag. Flip side, this is fine. They've been doing well, but I think they may take beta bracket. Moonshine and Rewind are what I call safe picks, and I love Latina Sonic. They're a safe pick as well. I think I think they can do better than people think. But yeah, I wrote this down because people talk too slowly, and I don't know who's going to be first, but I really hope a heavy edit is going to be in the winners grand finals because that's the most goated weapon in the game. Anyways, I have some questions for you. How do you think low ink grew over 2024, and do you think 2025 will be better, or do you think the turnout will fall off?
I think the turnout will fall off because I think the game's not new, which is what was a huge boost to us being 128 teams. Almost getting, well, we did get 200 teams in 1 month, but the trend has been kind of slowly trickling down. Now we're getting more teams than what I was expecting this month, and I think it's because of the Sindao bump. So I'm curious to see how that will change, but we're not bringing in new blood into the community, and that's typically what fuels these tournaments like Low Ink or LSL or A41, or from the Ink Up, I guess, is more of the lowest kind of tournament, beginner tournament. So I would expect the trend to continue to slightly move down, but that doesn't mean I'm worried about Low Ink at all. I mean, we're going to be fine even if we're not getting the triple digit teams that we have been getting.
No, yeah, for sure. I was just curious about your take on that, especially since we're not going to get that much new content. But yeah, that's basically it. Heavy Edit Goated. Thanks for having me on, Illy.
Thank you. You come on anytime.
Oh, really? Because I'm fast?
Yes, you're fast and you're giving good information and you're asked questions.
Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, so have a good one and pick up your son.
I still got time before doing that. He's doing some bird activities. I think they made a bird feeder earlier this week. Now, how does a 16-year-old make a bird feeder? It doesn't, but they still post cute little pictures of it. He's having fun. 2 more. Vortex. Good morning.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's it going? How are you, Popgun?
I am great. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just got done with schoolwork. High school's a lot, especially
I don't
when you're
know.
playing Splatoon.
High school was more than half my life ago. What you got? What you got for me?
I know you're old. It's fine. It's fine.
True.
No shade. I'd say watch out for teams maybe Jetlag and Asphyxiation. They've been looking really strong lately, and I just think specifically Jetlag, I think they're much better now than then because I've seen how they play. I've played against them, and they're really lethal with their comps, especially running those dualies. So watch out, everybody.
Now, Jetlag finished 3rd place last month And you're saying they're even better than that. Yes, as you muted yourself. I'll take that as the yes there. Okay. There we go. Jet lag and man, a lot of asphyxiation love. And I think somebody was no Predictionator. You're not coming back on again. This is it.
All right, I found the accept button.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome on.
All right,
to the
cool.
Preshow yet again. What you got?
Yeah, I am walking to the grocery store right now. It is 32 degrees out. I've got 2 coats on, so I'm not too cold.
Boy, the whole now you guys always come on and you're like, oh, I'm going to lunch. I'm waiting at the school bus. Give us some more context here. You're walking to the grocery store. Are you going to walk home from the grocery store as well?
Yeah, it's like a mile away. It's a nice walk, refreshing.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay. Do you own a car, a vehicle?
No.
Okay. Does everything you need within walking distance?
Yeah. I live like in a pretty heavily urbanized area.
Okay, cool. Do you enjoy living in a heavy urbanized area, or are?
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. It is also one that has relatively functional public transit, which is awesome.
That's okay. So you're talking about like a subway kind of thing?
Corridor, yeah. Yeah.
They've been talking about for a long time here in Indianapolis of doing like monorail like a monorail kind of system. But talk is talk, and we'll never really get stuff like that. Okay. What you
I'm almost at the store now, so I'll make it quick. I want to give a shout out to Caniac Central. They are basically just UCSD Gold plus, I think, Frosty from Hibiscus. Or is it Frosty? I need to check. It's one player from Hibiscus plus and
Frosty.
On UCSD
Frosty,
Gold.
Yes. Yeah, it's Frosty.
Okay, yeah. They are in my top 3 for this weekend. I put my top 10 on Blue Sky. And then as a bonus, my 11 through 16, we got Inkbound, Serves Up, Los Inklings, This Is Fine, Calamity Forge Neo, and my 16th team, I did have Title Disruption, but per their request, I'm switching it to Asphyxiation.
All right. Well, good luck at the grocery store. No.
Thank you.
We wish you luck going to get groceries. That's not an easy
All right,
process.
yeah.
And Craniac Central.
That's all for me for
nobody's
now.
mentioned them yet. All right, we'll talk to you next month.
Caniac Central.
Caniac.
Gotta love those Raising Canes.
Oh,
the not official fast food of Splatoon lands.
There we go. Well, it's definitely the official land of Riptide. I don't think there was one anywhere near LTC. Oh, all right. That was fun. I really enjoyed doing this. I like talking to you guys. I should have done this years ago. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Popcast. If you'd really like to be a part of the Popcast anyway, feel free to reach out on my socials. Blue Sky, Popgun, Discord, Popgun. If you have somebody on your roster who should be banned from the tournament, I'll be DMing you in a couple of hours. Some of you I did DM yesterday, and if you think you can just ignore my DMs and your player's going to be allowed to play, the answer is no. You have to respond to me, or I'm just going to kick that player off your roster without even telling you. Regardless, have a good weekend, get vaccinated, wear a mask when applicable, and have safe trips to the grocery store, and good luck on your exams and all that stuff. We'll see you this weekend.